Welcome, Rotarians and guests. As is our habit, before starting this special Thanksgiving meeting of the Rotary Club of Greenville, we will have 5 minutes for an icebreaker question today, which is Thanksgiving themed appropriately. I am Wade Colt, the president, by the way, in case you're wondering who this guy is up here imposing an icebreaker on you. Our Thanksgiving icebreaker question, though, which you'll have 5 minutes to discuss and figure out who's right, is what is the best side on the Thanksgiving table? Turkey, ham, whatever you have as the main course, we're not going to worry about that, but the sides are really what make Thanksgiving, as everyone knows. You can include desserts in this. What is the best side at the Thanksgiving table that you are most looking forward to? So have at it. Okay, hopefully the big debate about the best Thanksgiving side was settled at your table, I think. And this was the one I suggested too. We had 2 votes at my table for oyster pie, which is effectively an oyster stuffing, a low country South Carolina favorite. So that won out just by means of those who voted for it at my table. So I'll put in a plug for oyster pie. But happy Thanksgiving to all of you and welcome. Thank you for spending some time with us today, as I know you've got a busy schedule, so it's great to see a good crowd today. And we're also going to give back a little bit with a little project a little bit later in our program today, and Lisa will be telling you about that. But again, welcome Rotarians and guests to this Thanksgiving meeting, and I'd like to invite Rob Rowan up to say the invocation and lead us in the pledge.
Hello, everybody. So let me tell you a little story. About 15 years ago, I'm living in Tampa, and I decided to do something a little different. I started a program. I actually started as simpler than that. After 2001, when or 9/11, excuse me, happened in 2001, all these countries sent people, their military officers, to come and serve in Tampa Bay Central Command. They were fighting the war on terrorism. So we had people from 50 to 55 nations coming, and they came and lived in the community, and they were serving as representatives, or someone were embedded. And a lot of them brought their families. So I started getting involved with them, and I started to invite some of them to my home for Thanksgiving. I had the first one was a Bangladesh family and a Kenyan father and son, and it was an amazing experience. So somewhere along the line, I realized that other people would enjoy that. So I started a program, and it went on. It's been going on. In fact, I just placed 5 families this year from a distance. So I have a Swedish, a South Korean, a Kazakhstan. You get the idea. So imagine all these people coming and sitting at dinner with an American family celebrating Thanksgiving. So through that, it made me start to realize a lot of things. I have learned some lessons from that. So I want to share some of that to you. First, one of the things is, even though we have all these different cultures coming in to the United States, and some of them they don't have a Thanksgiving, but they have ways of celebrating what I would say gratitude. Because that's what Thanksgiving is. It's gratitude in a sense. Gratitude for the harvest, gratitude for getting through that season. So in that, they started sharing that with them, and I would get the feedback, and they would come to my home, and they would say, wow, that was really incredible, and I really learned a lot. I mean, there was a learning on both sides, as you can imagine, because you have people from Mongolia or Morocco or New Zealand, or just imagine all the different countries that have done it. I've probably covered almost all the countries at some point where we have these people. So one of the other things that that they really loved was the families coming together. It was something that touched them, that to sit down and to get and realize that we're all the same. We really are the same. We all share the same values and the same thing. We care about our kids, and we care about our families, and around the table, eating dinner is one of those places where the family really comes together. The stories get told, the histories get shared, and the love gets shared. Of course, there's also other stuff at Thanksgiving. We all know there's always the uncle or whatever, but we won't go there. But so let me go here. So let us pray, as we enter this time of Thanksgiving, O Lord, let these prayers reach you. Let us pray that we open our hearts to all that we can help. Let us pray that we show gratitude to those that have loved and helped us be who we are. Let us pray that we are open our hearts to those that we have hardened our hearts to. Let us pray that this Thanksgiving we help you create the true Thanksgiving that we all have been taught, no matter the religion or the culture. And in this, we all pray. Amen. And let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Here comes Roger.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Roger Kringle, and I'm going to announce our guests here today. Yeah. And then Jane and I are going to talk about Kringle. That was awesome. Okay, as I read your names, could you please just stand up? Laura Nicholas, who's a guest of the club. Mary Brenner, who's a guest of the club. Cynthia Flynn, who's a guest of the club. Brett Jones, who is a guest of Ryan Thackeray, and I'm sorry, Cynthia is a guest of Catherine Pelicano. Robert Sweatman, who is a guest of the club. Karen Nagy, who is a guest of the club. Dawn Irish is joining us on Zoom. She's also a guest of the club. And lastly, we have a visiting Rotarian, Michael Wilkie, who's joining us from Camden County, Georgia. Michael's going to come up here and we're going to swap flags with each other. So if you give everybody a big hand, please, while Michael heads up here. Let's swap flag. Okay, let's go over here, you know. Amy's got to get her pictures here. Here we go. Perfect. Thank you very much. Welcome to Greenville.
Pens as well from our club and our president.
Oh, sweet. Thank you very much. Okay, Jane, if you could join me at the podium, please. So very good. You all might have heard of Kringle Holiday Village. It is coming up very soon. We have, I believe, 17 days to go. And there's a lot of work that has to be done. So Jane and I are going to tag team up here and just talk a little bit about all the stuff we've got to get done in the next 17 days and what it's all going to look like. So Jane, go ahead.
Great. So our biggest thing that's coming up very, very soon is the silent auction. It will go live on Friday and you will get some kind of notification that's saying it's live. And many of you have been very generous and donated some really great things to the silent auction. And many of you have spent a lot of time collecting those things and getting them together. But we still have the opportunity to donate something to the silent auction. It can be an experience. It can be a show. It could be tickets to a sports event. It could be something unique and valuable that you have that maybe it's time to say goodbye to. We are just open to anything. And those of you who are very talented have shared your talents. So this is a great way for our company, our club to make money. So see me if you have something for the silent auction. And of course, we'd like to get them all together as soon as possible. And thanks to those who have made that happen.
Next is group sales. We have discounted tickets available for group sales, groups of 20 or more. And that's a great thing for those of you at your companies are looking for ways to recognize employees that aren't so expensive and offer a great experience. Group sales, it's on the website or you can contact me, but if y'all would like to get some group tickets for your people, that's a great Christmas gift. Jane.
Okay, as you know, many of you have done this kind of event before, and there are times when you think your heart's going to stop and this is going to be not the way you had planned for it to be. Well, as you know, we had a big sponsor last year to the tune of $20,000, and they let us know about a month ago that they weren't going to be able to do that. So that's when my heart about stopped, along with Roger and many people. Marty, the budget woman. And so Mike Sarvis is our sponsorship chair. And so we continue to reach out to other people. And then we said, he said, we're going to reach out to our Rotarians. And so we called many of you, and you stepped up to the plate, and we have met our goal of $65,000. So if you see Mike, thank him, but you don't have to stop. If you know anybody that wants to still be a sponsor, we are more than happy to have them join us.
65,100 now.
Oh, yes.
Perfect. Next, I'd like to talk about our VIP event. VIP event is on Friday night. It was a huge success last year. In fact, we had a lot of tremendous feedback about it. Our own Rusty's in charge of it. I know Rusty's out there someplace there. He's back in the corner. Rusty's in charge of it this year. As of yesterday, I think we'd only sold 27 tickets. But of course, with the sponsor tickets, that gets quite a bit more because all of our sponsors get tickets to the event. But would encourage all of you. It's a great event, a lot of fun, money to charity, of course. And it's on Friday night. And again, if you go to our website, KringleHolidayVillage.com, you can get your VIP tickets. Strongly would love to see all of you there, please.
So this year, our new event is Mingle at Kringle. So I would like for those of you who know anything about Mingle at Kringle to take turns and raise your hand, and we're going to see how much information you all know about Mingle at Kringle. Amy. Steel Toe Stilettos will be playing. Maureen. There's a beer garden. Vendors. The vendors will be open all 45 plus. So if you're getting the impression this is a Friday night thing and is more for the adults, so there won't be kid stuff, but Steel Toe Stilettos means there's going to be dancing. There'll be the stage. There'll be the beer garden that has beer, wine, and the other thing that we're famous for in our Rotary Club. Blue Vine. Blue Vine will be there. Anybody got any other details about the beer garden? I mean, about Mingle at Kringle? So is it going to be? Yes, raffle or raffle tickets, 50-50 raffle. Kringle cash will be on sale.
And if you buy VIP tickets, you can wander down to Mingle at Kringle. Not the other way around, but
it's on District 356, the brand new part behind the stadium. So that sounds awesome, right? Pardon me? 5 to 9, exactly.
Thank you, Jenny.
Exactly. So the important thing is if we don't tell people, then they're not going to know. So we got the marketing companies doing a great job, but you need to tell your friends and invite them to come. And especially probably younger professional people, when they get off work, this is the perfect time for them to, hey, I know a great party we can go to. Somebody's already done the decorating, the foods. We're going to have bratwurst out there, the trapdoor. It's going to be awesome. It's a great thing for us to do after work. Let's just all go and have a great time. If you buy your tickets, it's the same ticket pricing as everything else. If you buy your tickets before the end of November, you can get a 4-pack, a friend 4-pack for $40, so $10 a piece to get in. And after that, the price will go up to $15. So do it now.
you just took my topic, so go ahead.
Tell them about the trolley.
Well, I'll be happy to talk about the trolley. Yeah. No, free parking is available at County Square, and there will be a trolley that runs from County Square that will drop you off right at the front door of the floor field throughout the weekend. So you don't have to worry about trying to find a place to park downtown. You don't have to worry about paying $20 to park downtown. County Square, and it's about a 10-minute trolley ride in. And during the trolley ride, they will tell you all about the Rotary Club of Greenville.
Okay, so as I was saying earlier, the important thing is to share this. And probably almost everybody in here is on some form of social media. Raise your hand. The marketing company, we have a Greenville Holiday Village on every form of social media. So find it, follow it, and don't just look at it and say, oh, isn't that really nice? Share it so that everybody else knows about it too, please.
And on your way out today, since the election's over, we have new signs to go. Your front yard. Please pick up a sign and a stake, especially if you live in a trafficked area, pick up 2, pick up 3. Give them to your friends and neighbors, whatever. But if you could, please, this is free advertising that you could just plant out in your front yard and leave it up for a few days. We'd really appreciate it. I'll have them by the door on the way out. I'm going to try and pressure you to take one home, but please, if you don't have any place to put it, I'd rather you not take it and just leave it in the trunk of your car for the next 3 weeks. But take one, please, and set it up. Thank you. And I think I'm done.
You know what? I just
Oh,
thought
you-
about something. Couple of
Okay.
things. Looking at Lucy, volunteers. This is a huge project, as you can guess. We will need about 200 volunteers. And so all you have to do is go to kringleholidayvillage.com and volunteer. To let you know, especially as a Rotarian, we're going to need volunteers for setup on Thursday all day, Friday all day. We're going to need people to work the glue vine booth just to be volunteers for the whole event Friday night, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, take down Sunday night, and take down Monday. So there's a tremendous of opportunity for you to volunteer 1, 2, 3, or if you're like Roger and I, from beginning to end.
Right.
So.
So all those red badges I see out there, here's your chance to progress or start to progress to blue. Thank you.
Yes. And to anything else?
No, that's it.
To conclude, I would like for everybody who has any part of Kringle to please stand up, because obviously this is a huge effort and we have tremendous amount of volunteers. And I'd just like to thank you all very much.
Half the room.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jane and Roger. This is going to be such an exciting event. I sat in on their committee conference call, and it really is dizzying the number of logistics. I think D-Day might rival it for in terms of complication and complexity, but it's going to be a fabulous event, and I'm really excited for all that they're doing. So Jane, Roger, and all that committee, it's going to be a great. And this will be our last regular meeting before Kringle Holiday Village, I believe. So make sure you get those signs today and get signed up to volunteer. It's going to be a fun weekend. You all will remember when I began this Rotary year, I initiated a challenge for every member of the club, and I based around the number 3 because I was asking you to do 3 things. Those of you with a deep memory of this club will remember we used to have the expectation around Roper Mountain Holiday Lights that you do a setup day, do a ticket take-up day, and do a cleanup day. So I had 3 asks for you, changing it to our new focuses, or the focus for our club now. So I asked you to do 3 things. One was to volunteer at Alexander Elementary School, volunteer at Kringle Holiday Village, and don't forget about this one, bring someone to discover Rotary. Tell that Rotary story just by getting them to discover Rotary. We really tell the story. All you have to do is get them there. And quite a few people have stepped up to that challenge. And so we've got some special stickers to hand out to them. I think. Oh, wait, no, now I do. Sorry, I've got them. So a number of people have accepted that challenge. I'd encourage all of you to follow their example. But I want to recognize those folks today and a number of others who were not here today. I know a lot of people are traveling for Thanksgiving, have also stepped up. I do want to recognize both Ramona Farrell and Ryan Brown, if they would join me at the podium. Culp guy gets one too. So there you go, Ramona. And the idea is that you would put this.
Wait, let me get
Okay, yeah.
Wade gets one too, you guys. Stu cannot leave himself out of this. So congratulations.
And you can put it on your name tag so that everyone knows you have stepped up to that challenge of 3. Jenny is keeping track of all this. And if you think you might be close to qualifying, you know the things that you've got to do. So make sure you get out there and do them. And you got wonderful opportunities coming up with both Alexander and with Kringle Holiday Village. And we had 4 people in Discover Rotary today too. So thank you to all. Thank you, Ryan and Ramona. Good job. Excellent work. And now I'm turning it over to Beth, who's going to talk to us a little bit about the foundation after a fabulous foundation banquet this past Friday night.
Thank you, Wade. And also I want to thank all the club members who came to the foundation celebration Friday night. And especially want to thank you for being the presenting sponsor that made it doable for us to have an affordable event. And so I want to appreciate what you've done for that. I always end my readings at Alexander Elementary School by having about 15 minutes of coloring. So I realize I'm in a dangerous place today because I'm about the only thing standing between you and being able to color. And so I don't want to run too long today. So I'm going to take just a few minutes to talk to you about the foundation. And if anyone wants to see or hear more, I'm always available to talk. Let me take you through just a little bit about what our Rotary Club does. This year we have a goal of $55,000 for annual fund share, and we are not quite halfway there yet. So that's a little bit of an incentive there, and I'm going to talk to you at the end about ways we can make up. Also, we have a polio goal of $7,400. Now, this is an exception. We are at $20,350. We'll talk a little bit more about this at our next meeting, but we have had a very significant gift, or actually two very significant gifts that have pushed us way, way, way in excess of what we normally do with our club. And in terms of where we are in terms of all-time giving, this is the oldest club and the largest club in the district. So you would expect us to be a leader in foundation giving. We are at, and this is very commendable, $1,406,143 donated by Rotarians in this club to the Rotary Foundation. That is an admirable record, and you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause for that. In addition to serving in the club, I'm also District Rotary Foundation Chair. So when I talk to clubs, I always like to give them a little bit of a challenge in terms of ways that they can maybe do a tiny bit of improvement. Our club at the beginning of the year had 187 people. We have 100 Paul Harris Fellows. And so there's a room there to grow. And I hope that by the end of this short program that you will understand how you can become a Paul Harris Fellow or move to the next level. We have 15 benefactors. We have 9 bequest society, that is legacy giving, and we have 8 major donors in the club. And an area that is room to grow, out of our club, we have 132 members who give every year to the Rotary Foundation. And so there's room to grow in terms of that, and also in terms of sustaining members where we commit to $100 a year. When we talk about the Rotary Foundation, we talk about mainly a lot of the good we do, but the signature project that you always talk about is the work we do through polio. In 1985, we made a promise to the children of the world that we would at some point leave them a world that is free of polio. When we started that promise, we had about 350,000 cases of paralytic polio a year in the world. This year, so far, 30 cases of paralytic polio in the world, with it endemic to 2 countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan. We really are this close to fulfilling that promise that we've been working on for decades. So how can you help? Give to polio. Again, we have met our club because of extraordinary generosity in the club. In terms of individual giving, we've got a room to grow there. We also have something in our district called the Polio Plus Society. It is a district-run society. You too can be a member of the Polio Plus Society with a contribution of $100 and a pledge, if you're able to continue giving at that level until we declare the world polio free and have a celebration unlike any that Rotary's ever had. Want to join? I'm the person to see. I've got Polio Plus pens with me. Lisa, don't leave without yours. And it's easy to do that. In terms of what we do with our foundation, we do most of our work through grants. Some of it is humanitarian grants that I'll just walk you through because we know what we do with Alexander. This is where some of our local money comes back to us. And we're going to hear more about Alexander, so I will skip that. In terms of our international projects, this club every year is a half sponsor for a water project in Honduras. This is where we go into a village and literally bring the gift of life to those villagers by giving them clean water. We're completing a project that will be recognized in February, March. That village now has about 450 people in it. In a decade, it's estimated to have about 600. Most of that growth comes from children who will live past infancy, past their toddler years, and become adults. This is what you're doing with your donations to the Rotary Foundation. We're also the lead club sponsoring our work in Haiti. This year, we're about to start year 3 of the goat breeding project, where you have goats in Haiti, and these goats go to a family. Those families give one of the babies back. That makes sure the project continues. But that family with that goat has 3 things. It has a source of food, it has a product it can sell, and for the first time in a country that has only known devastation and poverty, that family can start building some wealth by accumulating goats. We also have an environmental project there, avocado tree farm, that has the benefit of food source, product to sell, and it starts mitigating the deforestation in Haiti. So that's briefly a little bit about what you are doing when you give to the Rotary Foundation. You're helping the children at Alexander, you're helping with our Greenville Literacy Project, and you are also doing extraordinary work in places like Honduras and Haiti and Guatemala, and very soon in Ethiopia. So, Paul Harris Fellow, you see people come up and get their Paul Harris Fellow recognition pins. That is a gift of $1,000 or $1,000, $500 and 500 matching points, or some combination of this mysterious thing called foundation recognition points. And you end up with a Paul Harris pin. Then you get a multiple level at each $1,000 increment, Paul Harris +1, +2, +3. So in time for the holidays, we are having a December foundation matching points challenge in this club. It actually starts now. You'll get the email within about a week or so. This is how it works. Say you have 1,500, either you've donated $1,500 or a combination 1,500 matching points dollars, but you're at 1,500 recognition Paul Harris amount. So you need 500 to get to the next Paul Harris level. So what do? You're about to get an email that's customized to you that says, if you give $250 by the end of December, that our club will match that with 250 recognition points. And then you will be up here in January or February getting your Paul Harris +1 pin. Not to confuse you, but the district is also having a Giving Tuesday Plus matching point challenge the week after Thanksgiving for the whole week. If you give that week, you will get twice the recognition points. But this is important. You're going to get a email, see Jenny or see me if you have questions about it, because we hope you take advantage of this. Thank you very much. And I will turn it over to our friends with Lisa with Alexander Elementary School.
Ready? There we go. We're pleased to have Josie Moore with us today from Alexander Elementary. She is a site coordinator and one of the 2 employees who've helped us organize all of our activities at the school. Before Josie updates us on what's been happening this school year, we want to thank our club members who have donated their time, your money to this project. Without all of your generosity, we could not do half of what we've done there, and we definitely appreciate it. And we've gotten a thanks from Josie. She brought in a thank you note today explaining how grateful they are. And now, Josie, if you will go through a few slides for us.
All right. So are you my cue person? Okay. Oh, is there? Right here? Let's see. Okay, I don't have this. Oh, okay. More. I work at Alexander Elementary, like she said. And thank you so much for having us. I'm excited to brag on you guys to show how much we appreciate you. I feel like maybe we don't show our appreciation enough. It's just so crazy running around all day, every day, but know that we really are. I mean, we couldn't get half the stuff done at the school without you guys. So there's a lot of slides here. And I'm on a time limit. So here I go. Okay, one thing you guys do, which we love, are meals for the teachers. This is so great for motivation, for morale, just to feel appreciated and to have a special treat during the school day. This is from the beginning of the year, from one of the barbecue lunches. And one is happening in about a week or two for Christmas. This is our Happy Feet program that you guys do, which is so much fun. I was able to go this year. Kids and their families, identified kids and their families are invited to a local shoe store right around the corner from our school, and they're able to pick out a pair of shoes. And what I love about this event is the agency that it gives the kids and their families to shop for the shoes and pick them out themselves, as opposed to just being given a pair. This little girl, Maria, right here, she was very excited about those shoes and has shown me many times how they light up, and she was very excited to get them. And I think y'all, it was a big turnout this year, 67 pairs of shoes, which was huge. It's really fun. So here's some more pictures. This has been really great this year. We have an achievement incentive closet, school store type thing, where kids can earn a prize based on their behavior or their hard work in class. And this is great because, I mean, who doesn't love a little prize, especially little kids? And it takes the onus off the teacher to having to find all these supplies, gather them up. So we have some poppets over here. If you know any child, you know what a poppet is. We have some slime and some Legos that these kids were able to pick out. And it's very exciting for them. Teacher treats. This happened a couple weeks ago, where some lovely volunteers came and passed out some Starbucks coffees and some chips for the teachers. And it's kind of unannounced, which is really fun because you never know. I always feel guilty knocking on a teacher's door, but when it's this, I'm like, they're not going to be mad at me this time. And this is one of our kids. She was having not a great day that day, and the teacher actually asked me right before y'all came, can you pull her and talk to her? So she ended up walking with us and helping to distribute the treats. And she's asked me a lot since then when the adults passing out food are coming back. So I promised her that the next time y'all come in January, she can be our special helper. Our after school program has about 30 kids, and you guys donated some classic board games for them, which is really great. Board games teach so many social skills, cooperation, teamwork, taking turns, being able to lose, strategy, that a lot of our kids just don't play at home. So that's been wonderful. Shameless plug, I'm trying to do some after school clubs. This is a gentleman chess club. We have a yoga club. If you have a hobby and have 6 weeks where you can come once a week for 30 minutes, let me know. Our reading at Alexander, this has been so beneficial and so fun for the kids in our K-2 classrooms. I saw this gentleman, I think, today, and here you are. Wow, you get around. Reading to our classes, which I think sometimes it's intimidating to come into an elementary school because you're like, what's it going to be like? Are they going to be running all over the place? So know that, well, it might not look like this all the time. You know, it's really fun, and we would love for anyone else who isn't in this program to be a part of it. So let me know. Our teacher and staff member of the month has been such a great addition, and I'm so glad that this was kind of y'all's idea that you brought to us, and it was something that we should have been doing, and we just didn't have the mental capacity, and so it was nice being prodded this way. So we have a teacher and staff member of the month, and they're honored, and you guys bought these wooden eagles, which is our mascot, to hang on their door. And we have them with me today, Miss Stacy Campbell. She is our K-4 teacher, 22 4-year-olds. Okay, wow. And all of the staff members who voted for her talked about her positive energy and enthusiasm every single day, which is just so true. And we have Miss Vanessa Durham. She is on our custodial team, and she's the glue that holds the school together. All the staff comments said that she's always willing to help. And she does a lot before school, after school, just to make sure our school's running smoothly. The kids know her. She advocates for the teachers, so they're wonderful. And thank you for having us. I know I'm talking a lot. Okay. Books that have been donated to the school, which are wonderful. They go into our school library for any kid to be able to read. This is a big one, student clothing, student uniforms. These fly out the door. We have a lot of kids who wear the same clothes every day, or they don't have the means to fully clean the clothes. And so we're constantly giving away clothes for the kids. So that way they feel comfortable and confident in school and can actually get to the learning part. So these are some donations from you guys, and it's always very helpful. Our garden project with the gentleman, Mr. Fletcher. And you can see the kids harvesting some sweet potatoes. This is great just for exposure, but also who doesn't love being outside and having that mental break, and, you know, to then go back in and keep learning is wonderful. And our media specialist is the one who heads this up. We have food boxes that just went home last week, and today our social worker is out delivering the rest. All of our kids get free breakfast and free lunch at school. So over the breaks, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, summer, the parents are then having to provide breakfast and lunch, which they don't, isn't in their budget typically. So sending home snacks and food over break to get these families through until the next time they're at the school for a full meal is really important. We are hopefully starting this in the spring. I just talked to Miss Jean on the phone yesterday. Greenville Charter Tech High School is hoping to come volunteer. We're thinking maybe in the after school program where the kids can come play games with our students and just talk to them about life and maybe show them their hobbies and just give them that exposure to different people and different ideas and different passions. So again, I just want to say how appreciative we all are. And we really, it's hard to have the mental capacity to do everything. And so having you guys there who can say, hey, here's what we can give if someone at your school can organize it is so much more helpful than you know. There are things we would love to do, but sometimes we need that prodding and that, hey, here's an idea. So if anyone wants their number 3 sticker and you don't have it, okay? Lisa can get you my email. I'd love to plug you in wherever. It's not intimidating. It's not scary. Those of you who have been, it doesn't have to be a big commitment. We can make it work. So anything we are appreciative of, and the kids are wonderful, and it's just such a great school. So thank you guys.
Okay, so today we have a fun project we're going to do for Alexander. Since they were out for Thanksgiving already, we went with the Christmas theme. On the back table there, Rusty White can show you what you're going to do. At the first part of the table is pick up this little picture. There's a pile of them. Depending on time, we need everybody to color, 4 or so. There are 226 children in K through 2, and that's what we're aiming for. So as many as you can do today that time allows that we have left. They're not too detailed, so you can handle it. When you finish coloring them, the next thing you'll see is you'll grab a bag, as Rusty has there, and you will put 2 coloring books in there, hopefully 2 different ones, so pretend these are different. And a box of crayons for each child, and your colored picture. Now, on your colored picture, to make it personalized, if you would just put your name and whatever you're comfortable with, either your age or what you do for a living. So the children can just say, oh, wow, somebody who's in their 20s colored this for me. Or they might say, oh, a lawyer colored this for me. So if you want to put both, you can, but I thought that might be give a little too much identifying information. But and when you finish it and you seal it up, if you just go ahead and drop them back there. I'm sitting back there, so I'll have a bag for the completed ones. And these will go home at Christmas time for 226 children in K through 2. And they'll have crayons and coloring books for, yes. But just go right through the line there, right that back table and pick up your, oh, Ryan's bringing them around. Never mind. Such good helpers at our table there.
I'm going to jump in and make a request too. So I know I'm begging folks to volunteer for Kringle, but you're going to be getting a sign up to volunteer to help with the teacher lunch on December the 14th. So keep that in mind. We need about 10 people to help look after the children while the teachers eat lunch. Thank you.
There we go. Keep on working, but I'm going to go ahead and close this out with a few announcements. And I finished my 4, so but keep on at it for a few more minutes. Just a few reminders. Our next meeting, the president of Clemson is going to be here. You know how rabid all these Clemson fans are. Let's get a big crowd here. It should be a fun event on the 13th. So remember that. Not Dabo, but the guy that's in charge of the academics, I guess, and everything. It will be here. So that'll be fun. Pass the cart bucket. Ramona is matching this month. Our cart committee is really doing a great job. So pass the cart bucket. It's great to have so many of our Alexander Elementary friends today. Josie, thank you for coordinating that. It was great to see Stacy and Vanessa. Also, this is a time for being thankful. And one way we do that is by giving to the Rotary Foundation. I appreciate Beth being up here reminding us of that important work. I'd also like to give a shout out. We don't think of them a lot, and we don't thank them as much as we probably should, but the Weston staff do a great job of hosting us and preparing the food. So thanks to the Weston. I know Fabian's still in here, but they're a wonderful host for us, and it's a time to remember people that we may not always say thanks for. So Kringle, 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 it's that time of year. Be sure to volunteer. And I think that is all of the things on my agenda. Anything else for the good of the order? Keep on working, of course. But if you would, we'll take a break for just a second. Let's stand and say the 4-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Hope you all have a blessed Thanksgiving.